Coming up, Fiji against South Africa, top seeds. Fiji 11th seeds, but that's more an indication of that they were absent in Spain. But they are the double Olympic champions, and this should be a belter. Siviwe Soyezwapi, 20 tries all time in Singapore, leads out the blitz box. They lost that winning streak to the USA last night, but they won't worry about that. They're here to win gold medals. And Fiji, well, they know about winning gold medals, don't they? A new look team, Tavita Danganu, the captain. Some deep breaths. Fiji have only won 2 of the last 7 against South Africa. That is an indication of where they're at the moment. One of the rookie referees, Nick Hogan from New Zealand, takes care of this one. How do you see it, Vix?
Going to be an intriguing battle. I'll say that often in the game of sevens, but this is very much a case of the heart versus the head. The passion of Fiji, their innate nature in the game of sevens, and the process and practicality of a fully functioning South African team, perhaps sore from the open wound that the USA created yesterday.
Waisea Nathungu gets us underway. Brilliantly taken by South Africa. Here's Ronald Brown, so dangerous. Chips it over the top. Jerry too wide, getting back for Fiji. It's evaded everybody for now. Two Eyes picks it up, but he is wrestled over the sideline by JC Pretorius.
Well, Jerry Two Eyes showing his wares and experience. I think he looked like he dummied a kick there to try and buy himself a bit more time. There's very little in the game of sevens that this guy has not achieved. For me, one of the GOATs.
Only player ever to win 2 gold medals at the Olympics, Jerry Two White. Ronald Brown will throw the line out. Impivisa. Lifted by Pretorius and Davids. Zane, that is. His Selwyn Davids. Decides to kick over the far side for his skipper. Soyezwapi just a little bit heavy.
Early crossfield tactic by South Africa. It just buys a little bit of time for the attack for future plays because he has such accuracy usually. So in Davids to put it on the money, it means the wingers will have to hold a little bit more width.
Come down. Yep.
So often you see this members bounce for shakes, and he carries it all the way around.
A defensive line out for Fiji. They do well to bring it down. There's Two White. First time they've met since the LA final in 2020. What a cracking game that was. South Africa came back from 19-0 down. Sako Makata, who's injured at the moment, scored the winning try in that one. Of course, these two played in the last cup final we had here in Singapore. South Africa got the comeback win against Fiji again on that occasion. Here's Salatholo. He's got real pace, put on the floor by Undalovu. And they go quickly through Nathungu. At pace. Over the 10-metre line. Penalty comes their way. Nathungu again. Opportunity on the far side. Nice on the cut. Vakaru Nambili and the inside ball and the offload. Oh, there's Fiji doing Fiji things.
He's scoring tries for fun out here in Singapore. Nandulobo bagging his 7th big number in the game, but it comes from Vakunabili going through 2 defenders. Wise Nathungu riding the collision of JC Pretorius, but that pass off the floor means Nandulobo is flying and Zane Davids is gasping air behind him. Fiji showing success through the most important part of their game is going to be unstructured play. Fiji want to create as much chaos as they can, and South Africa almost seek sanctuary in giving penalties away.
Extra 2. So they get the maximum. There you go. He scored 6 yesterday, led all try scorers. There's Nanduvalo. What a find he has been on debut here in Singapore. Ben Gollings has put him straight in, and why not on this evidence?
Advantage.
It's been secured by Fiji. Off the restart. Change of direction from Waisnathungu. Brilliantly done. And they're going to get another one. Talatholo, tongue out, has their second. Yes, sir.
Wow. There's one thing managing to score against South Africa, which is no easy thing to do. There's another one celebrating as he did. That might come back to be a regret, but Nthunku again taking South Africa on. It's unstructured, it's broken field. There's 5 defenders in and around them, but then the big man goes. Look at him, knows what's coming, looks across, and gives it the old tongue out. Wow. Wow.
He's only playing in his 3rd event. That's confidence for you. Yoseva Talatholo, DHL impact player. 2nd on that rating in Dubai. He was awarded the Best Player Award at the Maris Sevens that took place recently in Fiji. You can see why. Here's Ronald Brown, lifted high. Undalovu through the hands of Sawyers Wapi to Visser. Selwyn Davids found himself over on the far side, trying to tie them up in knots. Nthungu, though, experienced man, aware of that, but they do get the decision. Goes quickly. Sawyers Wapi. Undalovu. Blitzbox under pressure again here after losing to the USA last night. JC Pretorius.
Advantage over.
Sawyers Wapi. Angling run and over the top to Zane Davids. Gets away from one and another. And that's the response the Blitzbox needed. Zane Davids, big fellow.
Careful with the late and off the ball.
Good feet.
Okay, one late, one off the ball. Careful.
Patient build-up from the Blitzbox. Sawyers Wapi, what a pass this is. Bit of attention from Talatholo. Gets the 50-metre pass out to Davids. Bounces on the inside of 2 defenders. And they look on as the big man enjoys the music.
Rock on. South Africa back in this contest. Important conversion makes it. There's Ronald Brown. So, just a 5-point game now. Still time in this first half. It's got some record. Haven't lost since London 2019 at this stage of the tournament, South Africa. Last 7 games been decided by 5 points or less. We thought it would be tight. JC Pretorius has come up with a massive hit off the restart. Here's Ronald Brown with the chip and chase. And just getting back is Nanduvalo. They're going to have a look at this.
Well, if he deliberately hits that ball out, it could
Can we
be.
please check first that there's been no knock-on in the act of scoring by Fiji, or that there hasn't, in the act of scoring by South Africa, and if there hasn't been a deliberate knock-on by Fiji or knocked out by Fiji.
Yeah, it was deliberately knocked out by Fiji, but it was already knocked on by Ronald Brown. It's good refereeing.
Yeah, Nick Hogan, the New Zealander, in his first tournament.
Yeah, that's a knock-on. What about that JC Pretorius hit? Sort of picking up ribs in the background.
Just going to be sure it is the officials and make sure they get this right. High-stakes stuff, cup quarter-final, 5 points the difference. Anthony Moyes, the CMO.
It's a knock-on by Green, so scrum to Fiji.
No try, knock-on Green.
Just as you called it, Rob.
Scrum.
So 5 metre scrum for Fiji. Question is, what do Fiji do here? They chance their arm.
Well, there's going to be a lot of heat coming through. You've got 3 big men against 3 big Fijians, but South Africa will target the scrum. They'll try and get Jerry Tuwai out of the game and shut down any options.
Fiji, they've won just 2 of their last 7 against South Africa on the series. Too wide. Loose ball, got to be careful. Yeah, they're going to be pragmatic, Fiji.
With knock-on advantage on
And
his
go to drinks. The experienced man, Nathungu, he is excellent in that first half. 2 tries to the flying Fijians. The response from the blitz box, 12-7 at the break. Okay, saw Australia with another big performance to get through to the Cup semi-finals. Let's hear from their hat-trick man, Corey Toole.
Corey, first hat-trick on the series. Looks like you're enjoying yourself in Singapore.
Yeah, it's heaps of fun. The track's real fast and we've had a lot of attack, and it's pleasing that we've been able to finish a lot of our tries. Yeah.
Look, you're the talk of the town. You demolished England yesterday and you've done a job on Argentina. How much more is there to come from your Australian team?
Hopefully we can step up in the semi-finals and keep this momentum and just keep putting points on the board and getting wins, hopefully, yeah.
Is there any way you can improve? Can you get better?
I think our defence are being a bit more aggressive in defence and that'll open up our attack, so hopefully our defence can step up a bit more, yeah.
Perfect. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate, indeed. What a performance from Corey Toole in Australia in that Cup quarter-final. What a performance from Fiji so far in this Cup quarter-final against the series leaders, the hot favourites, South Africa.
Yeah, they are going really well, keeping it unstructured, using their natural flair and abilities to carve up the South African team, but there's plenty of rugby still left in this game.
Fiji, Ben Golling's Fiji, there he is, the all-time leading point scorer in Sevens World Series history. Former teammate of yours, Rob Vickerman. They've done really well, haven't they, to shake off that first loss they had yesterday and bounce back the way they have here.
Yeah, and a bit of pressure coming on them. You know, Fiji not making the Spanish legs mean they're coming to this tournament ranked 11th, and knowing just how the media capture the great game of sevens in Fiji, they'd have been hearing it every single day about getting back on the series and getting back to where they belong in the game.
Yeah, Bulavanaka, if you're watching in Fiji, a little after 5:10 in the afternoon there. Great to have your company. A little after 7:10 in the morning in South Africa. Hope you're watching and enjoying your team as well. Selwyn Davids. That left foot restarter here has become accustomed to. High for JC Pretorius, but a little bit overcooked. Don't often see that from David, so on point usually from that part of the game. It'll be a give back to Fiji.
Usually look for about a 3.5, 4 second kick, landing round about 5 metres inside the 22-metre line. Not quite as accurate as they usually are. And chance again now for Fiji to try and just slice up this South African team. Think about those fast offloads, keeping the ball away from the breakdown contest.
Many times at this stage of the tournament, Nathungu has got it on a string. Unbelievable try. The man they call Wise, well, that was bloomin' clever, wasn't it?
A few players are that good to make what was perceived to be a flawed ball grip, probably an intentional dummy, because everybody stopped and looked at it. He bought like half-metre space to get around Davids, and then Nathungu closing in on that magical score. He's been really big for them. I know Ben Gollings was talking about the experience Nathungu has in this team. Alongside Jerry, you need your generals on the pitch. You need them to step up. 97 tries he's on. Debuted in 2014.
Well, he had me sold as well. I'm not sure that was meant to happen, actually, but fair play, the juggling act from Waisea Nathungu.
You can imagine kids in the parks trying that one now, can't you, Fiji?
He has the restart as well.
Advantage.
They've got it back, Fiji, too wide. Vakaru Nambili, the big man, Olympic gold medalist, gets the ball inside. Gee, Fiji, they look like they're back, aren't they? 19-7 against South Africa. Talks a lot. They got the knock on Fiji. So interesting this, Rob, because South Africa, they've only been able to play who they've been able to come up against in the tournament so far. Unbeaten coming into this event, but It's changed things, hasn't it? You've got to say Fiji back, New Zealand back, Samoa back. It does change the complexion of the event.
I think they recognise that win streak, as impressive as it was with an asterisk. And this is why we love seeing fully fledged 7 series back, because you get contests like this in a quarter-final.
Plenty of time to go, though. 4:30 on the clock, 19-7. If anyone can do this, it's South Africa. JC Pretorius gets away from Jerry Tuwai, finally put on the deck. They got the decision, South Africa.
I remember that game here in Singapore, the Fiji-South Africa saga. Remarkable.
Yeah, 19-0 down they came back from 3 years ago in 2019. MP Visser arrives just in time. Kick pass from Selwyn Davids to Soyuz Wapi, beautifully executed. Here goes the captain. Undalovu flicks it back to Selwyn Davids. He gets away from one and he's through. Davids! Oh, this could be a brilliant score. Can't quite get there. Flings the ball inside and Fiji have it. There is a knock on. Wow.
Knock on first green.
The attacking ability of Selwyn Davids extraordinary.
It looked like there's a little bit of obstruction here. Selwyn Davids kicks through. Soyuz Wapi, I think he may have just got in the way of an impending defender, but either way, Jerry Tuwai once again saving scores, scragging ankles. Look at this. Jerry Tuwai, both sides of the ball, he is sensational.
Yeah, you're talking about the... As Nathunku gets some treatment, limping towards the sideline. Jerry too, one of the best attacking players we've ever seen in the history of the game, but yeah, emptying the tank to save a try there.
Had a bit of a GOAT debate comparing this guy to the king, Waisale Serevi, and I think the difference is his defensive skill set. He competes so hard, he turns over ball, he's ferocious in defence and he's fearless.
Missed the first couple of events in Dubai to get married. South Africa have turned it over. Here's Ronald Brown. Couple of metres out, South Africa. 3 minutes to go. They need a score. They've got the decision.
No, yeah. Roll.
Happy to just take their time here.
Turnover at the scrum, very rare in the game of sevens. But if the one team were going to do it, it would be South Africa.
Christy Grobbelaar will take the tap. He's got Selwyn Davids and Ronald Brown to his left. Soyuz Wapi over on this near side, perhaps waiting for a crossfield kick. Adonis, Zane Davids, Soyuz Wapi heading for the try line. Saviwe, Soyuz Wapi has the wherewithal to get up and get it slightly closer to the posts. They needed that, South Africa. They've given themselves a chance.
I'm seeing Sheikh Soyuz Wapi claim this ball on the left-hand side. It's almost like a repeated GIF. Catches it, plants the left foot, rides the hit, whacks it down. This guy does this every single tournament. It looks effortless, but the ability to transfer the ball, get that power through his legs, step inside 2 defenders, carry his team over.
Yeah, we'll applaud that one with you. Brilliant finish from the South Africa captain. Ronald Brown with the extra 2 could be crucial, and he makes it. Ronnie B from wide out. Well, 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 we have got a game on now, folks. 1:30 to go. He's so cool, isn't he, Neil Powell? Been there, done that. 7 points the difference. Can they get the ball back, South Africa? Selwyn Davids goes a little long, a little too far for Christy Grobbelaar.
Did look high, that, didn't it? I think you've got to be careful when you're flying in at that speed, because any contact with the head, if you're not balanced, you're going to find yourself in trouble.
Yeah, it's a bit of Dungano just holding the back of his head there.
We good?
It's been some run for South Africa, hasn't it?
Yeah, Fiji down in 11th, but of course they weren't able to make the Spanish legs, so they missed out on 2 events. South Africa with the perfect record so far, 88, but Ben Gollings. They say it's the toughest job in rugby sevens, coaching Fiji. Ben Ryan and Gareth Baber took them to a gold medal. Who knows? Maybe your old buddy BG can do the same thing, Vix.
Yeah. Make sure we come down.
Big old task. But I'll tell you what, wouldn't be a bad one as a coach had it been blessed with that much talent to choose from. The hardest thing's probably selecting 13 of them.
Move. You're good there.
Yep, New Zealand could do no better than the plate final win at the tournament in Fiji before this event. That one's ricocheted into Bakaru Nambili, slightly fortunately, yeah, he was offside because he was in front of the player
But
who kicked it.
it's off the kick though, so that was actually open play. If it's charged down, it's deemed open play.
Okay, came off for South Africa. Yep. Oosthuizen, 23 seconds to go. A converted try will tie this one up. If that happens, we will go to extra time. Davids, looping pass over the top to Sawyers Wapi. They wouldn't put it past the all-time leading try scorer in Singapore to be the man that comes up with the crucial score here. Bevald Hulman, he's chopped to the floor. There's the gong for full time. Fiji looking for the turnover. Clock's in the red. South Africa have it. Hulman under all sorts of pressure. They need the ball back here. South Africa look at the counter ruck though from Fiji. Adonis has it. He's thrown to the floor. The physicality.
Roll.
They've got the decision again, South Africa. Grobela, Hulman. Back to the Western Province man, Christy Grobela. He's got Pretorius with him. Tries to buy a bit of time. Can't afford to turn over the ball here, South Africa. This is the final play. Hulman. Selwyn Davids. So electric. Gets away from one tackle. A couple of Fijians out of the defensive line here. Big opportunity for South Africa. Here's Zane Davids to Christy Grobela. Adonis heading for the corner. Darren Adonis, I'm not sure he made it.
And even if he did, look at where he's scoring it, right out on the right-hand side. Would need to be converted, but he can't give this one, surely. We'll see a great angle coming up here. Adonis just needs to keep hold of it, recycle the ball and get a chance nearer the sticks. Perhaps inexperience from this team. Rare for South Africa not to capitalise on situations, but that is in touch and short. That is the game.
The tackle from Yoseva Talafolo.
Thank you.
Anthony Moyes, the TMO, confirms he's in touch. And that will be that in the Cup quarter-final. Jerry Tuwai, all smiles. He came up with a try scorer a few minutes ago. Talafolo's done the same. And Fiji have beaten South Africa in a Cup quarter-final. 19-12, the Flying Fijians are into the last four.
Next,
Let's go
there's
now.
Australia's place in the series standings.
Yeah, two-time silver medalists this series. 2 gold medal matches, but they're 7 points away at the moment. Henry Patterson's onto it for Australia. They need a converted try to level this one up and take it to golden point, but the decision goes against them. Henry Hutchison with his head in his hands. He can't quite believe that.
Supporting body weight.
Very quick whistle against the run of the play. And there's the penalties that have really shifted the momentum in the second half.
Let's go.
Fiji will just wind down the clock here. It's in their favour.
Well, he's penalised for not supporting his weight. This is the initial kickoff. Great awareness. Get their hands on this. Off and running. Goes Patterson. But watch as he's tackled here. The arriving player, Henry Hutchison. Needs to support his own weight. He comes in. He does go down to one knee, but there's nothing to hit there. The Fijian pulls away.
They've been hot on that whole weekend, haven't they?
Yeah.
Leaving your feet at the breakdown. The directive to the players is you have to maintain your own body weight. Hutchison didn't. Penalty Fiji. Time's almost up. Tuwai throws it to Talafolo. It's in their own hands, Fiji. They hoof it over the end line. And guess what? Fiji are back in a gold medal match. The two-time Olympic champions have beaten Australia by 19 points to 12. A cracking game at this stage of the tournament. It is a replay of the Tokyo Olympic final. It is New Zealand against Fiji. Time for the anthems. It'll be God defend New Zealand first. Flying Sevens, full of voice. What a thrill for the 5 debutants in the squad. Now time for God Bless Fiji. For everyone watching along in Fiji. Kia ora, good evening to everyone who stayed up in New Zealand a little before 11:30 p.m. and that's what it means to these players to be in a gold medal match against each other. Fiji, a huddle on the centre circle as ever. Alongside me, former England Sevens captain Rob Vickham. And Rob, the HSBC 2022 Singapore Sevens is seconds away from a cup final. Rob, on what we've seen so far, who are you backing here?
Oh, that's a massive question. There's so much context to this. Normal service resumed, and what a moment for that young boy in the middle. Expect a Fijian flair to play for their family, to play for their nations, and the All Blacks to play with a possessed ability in a game that they have curated over the last 22 years.
Such a thrill for these young debutants for New Zealand. Moses Leo, Leroy Carter start. Kitiona Vai and Brady Rush and Caleb Tangatau on the bench. The Singapore Sevens Cup final, a 99th all-time for New Zealand. They'd won 62. Fiji in their 78th, they've won 39. Sam Dixon missed the Olympics. Waisea Nathungu picks up gold in Tokyo. He'll get us started. The Singapore Sevens Cup final is underway. Fiji, right to left. In blue, New Zealand all in black, of course. And that's an early penalty to Fiji, and they go quickly through the captain, Tavita Tangunu, who's led them with aplomb all weekend long. Look at him go, the skipper. Handed the armband by Ben Gollings, but the counter-ruck from New Zealand, they've stolen it away. Have New Zealand dangerous on their own line. Tony Nashu, silver medalist from Tokyo. Dylan Collier off the deck. There's Dixon, the captain, deciding to kick early. Jerry Tuwai is back for Fiji. The only player in history to win 2 Olympic gold medals in rugby sevens. Here he comes. Jerry Tuwai offloads the ball to Talatholo, their danger man. Such a threat with the ball in hand. That ball looked like it might be out of that ruck. New Zealand again try and counter. Nafuku. And a burst from Rasuku. He's been put on the floor. Right, Rokolasoi. Here come Fiji. Again, Jerry Tuwai thinks about the step through the line. Tala, follow, loose offload, scooped up by Tangunu again. Here's Tuwai, Jerry Tuwai, so dangerous. Regan Ware holds onto his coattails. There's another offload from Talafolo for the try-scoring superhero, Nanduvalo. number 9 for the weekend. And Fiji strike first in the gold medal match.
So many moments are creating flashbacks to the magic in Tokyo, but this time with the cathartic nature of this crowd appreciating every single moment that we are witnessing here. Two-eye, relentless Nandulovo just backs it up time and time again, gets through situations he should not be getting through. The All Blacks are relentless in a pursuit defence, but they cannot touch Fiji when they play like this.
He's been extraordinary. Conversion from right in front makes it Fiji get the maximum. 2.5 gone in the final. Look at that, 9 tries. One more, he equals the record of Philemoni Bolavuvu in 2006 here in Singapore. He got 10 at that tournament. Dixon does well off the restart. Nice shoot.
Going forward, it'll be a Fiji scrum. Well, suggestions off his knee, but Sam Dixon, a couple of moments, that's more expected from him, dominating the air, but the kick downfield, that was a really good